We're live from New Delhi. Watch DD India News, India's voice to the world. I'm Vipakshi Khurana, coming up in the next hour. Maha Kumbh, the world's largest religious congregation, begins in Indian city of Prayagraj. Millions converge to take the holy dip on confluence of Ganga, Yamuna and the mythical Saraswati rivers. India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi to inaugurate the strategic Sonamarg tunnel in Jammu and Kashmir. Tunnel to provide all-weather connectivity between Srinagar and Sonamarg en route to Leh. External Affairs Minister Dr. Jaishankar to embark on first official visit to Spain. Talks with Spanish Finance Minister on Foreign Minister on bilateral, regional and global issues of mutual interest on the anvil. Los Angeles races to contain wildfires before severe weather returns. Wildfires claim 24 lives as containment efforts struggle. Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu speaks to US President Biden, updates him on progress in Gaza ceasefire and hostage deal talks. Well, we'll begin with the news from the Maha Kumbh, the largest gathering of humans on the planet. Well, the 45-day-long Maha Kumbh, hailed as the world's biggest religious congregation, begins today in North India's Prayagraj with an estimated footfall of 450 million people, including seers, saints and others from different parts of the country and abroad. The auspicious occasion begins with a holy dip on Posh Purnima in the Sangam, the confluence of Ganga, Yamuna and the mythical Saraswati rivers. Here's more in this report. Maha Kumbh 2025, the largest religious gathering on earth, commenced with the holy dip in the Sangam, or the confluence of Ganga, Yamuna and the mythical Saraswati rivers in the North Indian city of Prayagraj early on Monday. The 45-day-long religious festival, beginning on the occasion of Posh Purnima, occurring on the 15th day of the Shukla Paksh, or the waxing phase in the Hindu month of Posh, heralds the arrival of the full moon. Additionally, Posh Purnima marks the initiation of Kalpavas, a period of intense spiritual practice and devotion observed by pilgrims during the Maha Kumbh Mela. With over 45 crore devotees expected to visit Maha Kumbh, the festival started on Posh Purnima, which is Monday, and will be followed by 3 rituals known as Shahi or Amrit Snan, which will take place on Makar Sankranti on January 14th, Mauni Amavasya on January 29th and Basant Panchami on February 3rd. Subsequently, the Maha Kumbh will conclude on Mahashivratri, which falls on February 26th. The Shahi Snan holds immense spiritual significance, as it is believed that taking a dip at the Sangam on auspicious days grants manifold blessings. It is said that this holy bath not only absolves the sins of the present life, but also erases those of past lives. Additionally, it is believed to bring peace to the souls of one's ancestors. The administration has made elaborate arrangements for a smooth conduct of the fair and unprecedented security arrangements in the Prayagraj town and nearby places. AI-driven cameras, drones and anti-drone systems were being installed for effective monitoring of the crowd. Thousands of security personnel were deployed. Spread on around 4,000 hectares of land and divided into 25 sectors, this year's Maha Kumbh is being considered to be very auspicious, as according to the astrologers, there's going to be a rare celestial alignment happening after 144 years. Bureau Report, DD India. Well, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has expressed delight over beginning of the Maha Kumbh. In a tweet, he said, and I quote, "I'm happy to see Prayagraj abuzz with countless people coming there, taking the holy dip and seeking blessings. Wishing all pilgrims and tourists a wonderful stay, a very special day for crores of people who cherish Bharatiya values and culture." Maha Kumbh 2025 commences in Prayagraj, bringing together countless people in a sacred confluence of faith, devotion and culture. The Maha Kumbh embodies India's timeless spiritual heritage and celebrates faith and harmony, unquote. And in India, Siddharth Bharadwaj joins us for more from Prayagraj. Well, Siddharth, the much-awaited big day, Maha Kumbh, which is, of course, the world's largest sangam of the spiritual, begins today. Posh Purnima also today. Take us through the excitement buzzing there.
Well, a very good morning to you, Lipakshi, and pranam from the holy land of Prayagraj. You know, you can see behind me the influx of pilgrims. They are coming here, and they are coming here from 20 to 25 kilometers on their foot. They are walking. You know, I am here at Kali Marg. Behind me is the entry gate of the Maha Kumbh 2025 premises, and as you can see behind me, there's an influx of pilgrims. It's nothing but the inner call which is bringing them. It's a divine power. It's the inner call which is bringing them here. And today, this grand festival has started on January 13 and it will go up to 26th of February. And there are around 450 to 500 billion people who are expected to come. And today, around 1.5 to 2 crore people are expected to take dip in the holy river, which is the confluence of river Ganga, Yamuna and Saraswati, known as Triveni Sangam. So all in all, the tagline as well of this huge festival of Maha Kumbh 2025 is Divya Bhavya Digital, divine, magnificent and digital. You know, the focus this time around is making this festival as digital as it could be. For example, I'll just tell you, around 5 minutes back, there were some saints, some sadhus who were, standing here. And they wanted to know that where they actually have to go. They didn't ask anyone. They just took out their phone. They scanned the QR code and they got to know where they actually have to go. So that's the impact of how digitalization, is transforming the lives of people in the country as well. And here in Prayagraj, in Maha Kumbh 2025 as well. You scan the QR code, you get to know where to eat. You scan the QR code, you get to know where to stay. You scan the QR code if you have to register any complaint. Everything is digital. There's a 7-layer security that has been deployed. Only vehicles with proper passes are allowed to enter, and pilgrims are allowed to enter. You can see, from 4 a.m. in the morning, Lipakshi, I'm here, and I can see how people are coming here. It was little foggy in the morning. We had a word, and last night it was very much foggy. It was looking like that the next morning it will be dense fog. But yes, God's grace, the weather has improved. But when we had a word with these people, when we had a word with pilgrims there, they said that no matter how much the cold is, no matter how much the temperature will dip, but this is something divine which is bringing us here. Millions and millions of people, are coming here. And in fact, the best part is this, even the international pilgrims are coming here. Researchers are coming here. They are researching about how this such large scale gathering is actually going on in a very smooth line manner. There is security everywhere. AI integrated cameras are everywhere, drone surveillance everywhere, tethered drones everywhere, underground drones everywhere who can give you real-time images even when they go 100 meters deep inside water. You have fire personnel, you have fire department office which is set up, temporary fire service office. They have 2,000 trained personnel. They have all the required equipments. They have some vehicles like ATV, which is known as any terrain vehicle. They can go in the muddy areas where other vehicles cannot go. Also, in the premises, there is temporary hospital altogether that has been set up, including 32 OPDs. They have major operation theatre, minor operation theatre, emergency service room as well. Apart from that, you have water police personnel And apart from that, you have water ambulance as well. There are 7 water ambulance that has been deployed just in case if there is any emergency need, in Triveni Sangam, the water ambulance will immediately go and, give a quick relief and quick response to the area where, any activity or any emergency service is required. So all in all, Lipakshi, from the security point of view, it is huge. It is huge. The security is pretty tight and people are really, really happy. They said that they haven't seen such a Kumbh like this, where the security arrangements are so good. They are complimenting Prime Minister Narendra Modi. They are also complimenting the Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh, Yogi Adityanath, and also they are complimenting all the authorities and volunteers who are deployed here and who are assisting them. Like I just said, around 1.5 lakh urinals and toilets have also been put in place to make sure that the pilgrims who are coming here, keeping in mind the sanitization, keeping in mind their ease, keeping in mind their safety, everything. And you know what is the best part, Lipakshi, when I say this Kumbh is digital? The volunteers who have been deployed, they just have to scan the QR code outside those urinals, and they just have to click and just say yes or no. If they are not in a good condition, they will say no, and immediately an action will be taken. Also, one very nice thing which I have seen here are the water ATMs, Lipakshi. Water ATMs. You just put a coin of 1 rupee and you get a 1 liter RO pure water, which outside you may get in somewhere around 20 rupees. So here, for all the pilgrims, apt arrangements have been done. They just have to put the coin in the water ATM, and you get 1 liter bottle. You can fill your bottle. Also, that water ATM machine accepts the UPI payments. So you scan that QR code, and you can easily give 1 rupee, and you can get 1 liter of water. So much so, Lipakshi, that people are also donating through UPI. And small vendors, who are selling jalebis, who are selling milk, who are selling tea, who are selling fruits or prasadam, they all are accepting UPI payments, and everyone is here having a smartphone with application in their phones. So that's why I say this is a Kumbh, a Maha Kumbh 2025, which is Bhavya, Divya, digital, divine, grand and digital. So people are coming here, and it's a divine power which is taking them.
Right.
This is their devotion. They will be having a dip in Triveni Sangam, and it is believed that it purifies not just the mind and body but also the soul. So the pilgrims here, they say that this is something. This Kumbh, Maha Kumbh 2025, is Sanatan Garv and Maha Kumbh Parv. This is what the pilgrims are saying, and this is what it actually means when they are coming here. Tomorrow is Amrit Snan. So today the festival has started, and tomorrow is Amrit Snan. So both the snans are very, very important. We'll see more and more influx of pilgrims here as we'll get inside the premises, and also with more and more days passing, we'll see more and more influx of the pilgrims who will be coming here from all walks of life, including the international pilgrims who are already here. Lipakshi, back to you.
All right, extensive preparations in place there. Thank you so much, Siddharth, for all those details. And a spectacular water laser show highlighting the rich history and significance of the Kumbh through a unique combination of water, light and laser technology is one of the major attractions at Maha Kumbh. The water laser show is designed to merge spirituality with modern technology, offering an unforgettable experience for those witnessing the convergence of both elements. The 45-minute show will operate daily, displaying the Kumbh Katha on the water screen for visitors to experience. And coinciding with the Maha Kumbh is the first anniversary celebrations of the Ram Lala idol consecration ceremony in Ayodhya. The three-day grand event concludes today with a large number of devotees thronging the holy city to take part in events. Common people continue to offer prayers at the temple besides witnessing classical cultural performances, rituals and daily Ram Katha discourses at the pavilion and Yagnashala. The historic ceremony, which marks the consecration of the temple, took place on the 22nd of January 2024 with Prime Minister Narendra Modi performing the main rituals. However, the first anniversary was celebrated on 11th of January 2025 following the alignment of the Hindu calendar. And still to come in DD India News Hour. India's Minister of Parliamentary Affairs Kiran Rijiju holds talks with Saudi Transport and Logistics Services Minister on strengthening ties in transport and logistics domain. Stay with us for a sneak peek into Bhogali Bihu and Lohri celebrations across North India. And a super hit dog show organized in Tamil Nadu where the canines made heads stand with their prowess.
Complex issues, hidden agendas, twists and turns, strategic games. We think all dots are linked. We just need to connect them. Join me every week as I connect the dots to unravel hidden designs in statecraft, mysteries, and decode issues that matter to you. Watch Connecting the Dots with me at these times on DD India.
Welcome back. You're watching DD India News. I'm Lipakshi Khurana, and moving on, India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi will inaugurate the Sonamarg Tunnel project in Jammu and Kashmir on Monday. The Sonamarg Tunnel project, around 12 kilometers long, has been constructed at a cost of over 2,700 crore rupees. It comprises the Sonamarg main tunnel of 6.4 kilometers and egress tunnel and approach roads. This tunnel will provide all-weather connectivity between Srinagar and Sonamarg en route to Leh. The tunnel will bypass landslide and avalanche routes and will ensure safer and uninterrupted access to the strategically critical Ladakh region. The Sonamarg project will boost defense logistics, drive economic growth and socio-cultural integration across J&K and Ladakh too. Tourism will get major boost by transforming Sonamarg into a year-round destination due to this project. This will be a boon for winter tourism, adventure sports and local livelihoods. While during his visit, Prime Minister will also meet the construction workers who have worked meticulously in the harshest conditions, acknowledging their contribution to this engineering feat. Residents of Ganderbal district have expressed immense gratitude for the project, emphasizing that the tunnel will significantly boost the region's development.
ये सबसे पहले प्राइम मिनिस्टर ऑफ इंडिया मिस्टर नरेंद्र मोदी जी का शुक्रिया पूरी गांधरबल की तरफ से जो आने वाले 2 दिनों में जाडमोह टनल का इनाग्रेशन होने जा रहा है उनके हाथों अच्छा इनिशिएटिव है गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया की तरफ से या हम बीजेपी की बात करें क्योंकि बीजेपी इस वक्त हुकूमत कर रही है पिछले 10 सालों से तो उनका एक बहुत ही अच्छा इनिशिएटिव है जितने भी तारीफें की जाए बहुत कम है
ये अच्छा प्रोजेक्ट है तो हम चाहते हैं गांधरबल के लोग कि जो भी इसमें चाहे मजदूर हो चाहे दूसरों को कुछ रोज़गार देना हो यहाँ के लोगों को आपकी वसादत से हम गुजारिश करना चाहते हैं ऑनरेबल प्राइम मिनिस्टर साहब से ऑनरेबल चीफ मिनिस्टर साहब से एलजी साहब से कि ये यहाँ के गांधरबल के जो गांधरबल डिस्ट्रिक्ट है यहाँ के लोगों को उसमें ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा रोज़गार दे दे ताकि गांधरबल के लोग को भी आज मौका मिले कि हम कहाँ पर है और टूरिज़्म को बूस्ट करने के लिए कौन कौन से इक़दाम उठाने की मज़ीद ज़रूरत है.
And DD India, Shabir Dar joins us from Sonamarg on this. Well, Shabir, Prime Minister to visit Jammu and Kashmir today to inaugurate the Sonamarg tunnel. Tell us how strategically important it is for the region.
Yeah, this project is critically important for the Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh region because this tunnel is going to have all-weather connectivity between Srinagar and Sonamarg and route to Leh. So this is not only going to boost the tourism and economy in the region, but is providing, a vital link, all-season link and safe and secure link for the defense, logistics and defense transportation from Srinagar to Leh. Remember, we have seen how Ladakh is critically important, given the fact that what happened in eastern Ladakh and when troops need to carry the logistics there. So this tunnel, the Sonamarg tunnel, which is a 12-kilometer long project, comprising 6.5 main tunnel and egress tunnel and the approach road. Alongside this, the Zojola tunnel, which is equally important, that is going to be completed by 2028. So both these developmental projects will be a game changer for tourism and social integration between Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh. So both for the tourists, both for the locals and for the defense, connectivity, this tunnel, which is being inaugurated by the Prime Minister today, is going to be a game changer. So people are, excited here. A lot of people have gathered in Sonamarg to see the Prime Minister inaugurate this tunnel. Remember, Prime Minister is also addressing the construction workers and local people after the tunnel inauguration, and he will highlight the developmental initiatives carried out by the government in past 10 years. Jammu and Kashmir per se has been a focal area of the Prime Minister Narendra Modi's government. The development we have seen a huge developmental push in Jammu and Kashmir in past many years, and this project is part of that. It will serve as a significant milestone in the government's efforts to ensure connectivity and infrastructure in Jammu and Kashmir.
A significant milestone indeed, Shabir. Also, Prime Minister Modi is to address a rally on the occasion, followed by a meeting with the workers involved in the tunnel's construction. How excited are the workers there?
There is a huge excitement among the workers and the people. We have seen from the very morning that people are thronging to the Sonamarg area, to the rally area where Prime Minister is addressing them. So we have spoken to a lot of people here. They are expressing gratitude and are happy, they're expressing gratitude to the Prime Minister and are very thankful to the government for ensuring such critical development projects in place like Sonamarg, which used to remain cut in winters for tourists and public. Now, this tunnel will ensure that Sonamarg will remain all-weather tourist destination. It will transform Sonamarg into an important, winter sport destination, and we will have, winter sports activities happening in Sonamarg from now, because it will augment Gulmarg as another winter sport destination. This area has a huge potential given the fact that we have the Sindh River, Thajwas Glacier here. It will have a rafting, potential, skiing potential in Gulmarg, and Sonamarg will be explored. Sonamarg will definitely augment Gulmarg to be another skiing destination in Jammu and Kashmir.
All right. Thank you so much, Shabir, for all those details from there. And moving on, India's External Affairs Minister, Dr. S. Jaishankar, will be on an official visit to Spain on the 13th and 14th of January. This will be his first visit as External Affairs Minister to Spain. During the visit, Dr. S. Jaishankar will meet the leadership of Spain and hold discussions with his counterpart, Manuel Alvarez, on the entire gamut of bilateral relations and regional and global matters of mutual interest. The EAM will also address the 9th Annual Conference of Spanish Ambassadors and meet the Indian community. Well, India's Minister of Parliamentary Affairs, Kiren Rijiju, on Sunday met Saudi Minister of Transport and Logistics Services, Saleh bin Nasser Al Jasser, in Riyadh. During the meeting, two sides held meaningful discussion focused on exploring possibilities for collaboration and strengthening ties in the transport and logistics domain. They also discussed about better India-Saudi Arabia cooperation to provide better services for the movement of Hajj pilgrims. Rijiju is also scheduled to meet Minister of Hajj and Umrah of Saudi Arabia, during which two leaders are expected to sign the bilateral agreement for the Hajj pilgrimage of 2025, where India is seeking an additional quota for 10,000 pilgrims. Well, Lohri, the festival of harvest and bonfires, is celebrated with great enthusiasm across North India, marking the end of winter and the onset of longer days. Let's take a closer look at the festivities.
The festival of harvest is a vibrant and joyous occasion celebrated with unmatched enthusiasm in Punjab. As the golden fields of wheat sway in the winter breeze, the spirit of the festival comes alive with bonfires, folk music and dance. The streets of Punjab transform into a riot of colours as men and women don traditional attire, adding to the festive fervour. Men are seen in bright kurtas paired with colourful turbans, while women grace the celebration with dazzling salwar kameez adorned with intricate embroidery and fulkari dupattas. As the beats of the dhol echo across villages and the towns, the atmosphere becomes electrifying. Men perform the energetic bhangra, leaping high into the air, while women gracefully sway to the rhythm with gidda, narrating the tales of tradition and joy. The folk songs, often dedicated to the sun god and the bounty of the harvest, fill the air with a sense of gratitude and celebration. Central to the Lohri festivities is the bonfire, a symbol of warmth and prosperity. Families and communities gather around it, offering sesame seeds, jaggery and peanuts while praying for abundance and happiness. The fiery glow of the bonfire reflects the lively spirit of Punjab, where traditions blend seamlessly with celebration. Lohri is not just a festival, it's a reflection of Punjab's rich cultural heritage, a time to express gratitude for nature's bounty and welcome new beginnings with hope and happiness. The vibrant colors, the pulsating music, the joyous dances make Lohri a truly unforgettable experience, showcasing the heart and soul of Punjab. Kriti Vadhera's report for DD India.
Well, Bhogali Bihu is one of the most gastronomical festival of Assam, and the Bhogali Bihu, which is celebrated during Makar Sankranti, when the month of Posh comes to a closure. It is a season of grand celebration as the winter harvest is in full bloom and the nature is at its best. Take a look.
Bihu. The word Bihu has derived from the word Bishu, meaning peace, and Bhog means eating. The Bhogali Bihu festival of Assam holds a significant place as it celebrates the bountiful harvest, and along with it, the agricultural significance is that it celebrates the new yield along with the worship of the ancestors for the bountiful harvest, and the social significance is such that the meals are shared among the community in this Bhogali Bihu festival, which is celebrated during the mid of January. Bihu is the essence of Assam and is celebrated across the state with tremendous zeal and enthusiasm. There are three Bihu festivals, namely Bohag Bihu, celebrated in the month of Bohag, that is Baisakh Bihu. Magh Bihu, celebrated in the month of Magh, that is middle of January, and Kati Bihu, celebrated in the month of Kartik, the middle of October. On the eve of Magh Bihu, the night before the Magh Bihu is celebrated as Uruka, which is derived from the Deori Sutia word Urukwa, means the end of the harvesting season. It is the most gastronomical night of the year in Assam, when family and friends get together and feasts around a bonfire. The next day is the main Magh Bihu. In the early morning, people take bath and burn the main Meji, built with bamboo and wood. People gather around the Meji and pray to the holy fire by offering Ma Khorai and pithas and betel nuts.
Bhogali means availability. All are available. Fish are available, vegetables are available, and rice are available. So many rice are there.
Next day is followed by community celebration where various sorts of rice cakes and a rich platter of pithas are served to the relatives and guests. Magh Bihu has also the tradition of exchanging gamusas as a mark of showing respect to guests and relatives. Bhogali Bihu holds a special significant place in Northeast, enjoying and feeling gratitude for the nature's bounty and praying for a better harvest for the next year. Happy Bhogali Bihu, happy Makar Sankranti.
Well, apart from Lodi and Bihu, Pongal, the harvest festival of southern India, is being celebrated in Tamil Nadu. Celebrated with great joy and excitement, people come together for 4 days to honor the harvest season with enthusiasm and cultural traditions. Pongal, dedicated to Surya, the sun god, is a joyful occasion to honor nature, the sun and the hard work of farmers. Traditional music, dance and festivals add to the festive atmosphere, making it not just a religious observance but a communal celebration. And in Tamil Nadu, all-breed dog show was organized in Marai city of Tiruchirappalli on Sunday. At least 200 dogs of 35 breeds, led by their parents, completed diverse tasks to prove their mettle and win both the show and hearts alike. Besides, anti-rabies awareness program was also organized. The vaccination protects pets from the deadly rabies disease. The vaccinated pets further prevent the spread of rabies in humans. And still to come in DD India News Hour. Zelensky proposes swap of captured North Korean soldiers for Ukrainians held in Russia. EU foreign ministers to meet in January to discuss potential sanctions relief for Syria on conditions. And extreme weather events rock Latin America's biggest country, severe landslides caused by torrential rains in southeast Brazil.
Complex issues, hidden agendas, twists and turns, strategic games. We think all dots are linked, we just need to connect them. Join me every week as I connect the dots to unravel hidden designs in statecraft, mysteries, and decode issues that matter to you. Watch Connecting the Dots with me at these times on DD India.
Welcome back. You're watching DD India News. I'm Lepakshi Khurana, and moving on. European foreign ministers have agreed to meet at the end of January to discuss lifting sanctions on Syria. Speaking at a Syria summit in Riyadh, the EU foreign policy chief Kaja Kallas said any European decision to ease sanctions would be conditional on the new Syrian administration's approach to governing, which must be inclusive.
What we start from is, of course, those sanctions that are hindering the build-up of a country and access to banking services and all these things. But of course, it has to be a cascade with the conditions. Of course, it's the inclusivity of the government and really the process in this regard. We know in Syria there are a lot of different groups, so it has to include all those groups. We also want to see no radicalization. We want to see inclusiveness of women also in the process. So these are the things that we are going to discuss.
Well, the decision came at the regional meeting of the foreign ministers and top diplomats from Western countries in the West Asia and Saudi Arabia, the first such since the fall of President Bashar al-Assad last month. Foreign ministers would now convene in Brussels on January 27th in an effort to decide how the 27-nation bloc would relax sanctions on Syria. Germany, which is leading the EU's discussion on sanctions, Italy and France have proposed allowing relief for the Syrian population but retaining sanctions on Assad allies who committed serious crimes during Syria's war, while Saudi Arabia's foreign minister called for the lifting of sanctions on Syria. Also, the United States on Monday issued a 6-month exemption of its sanctions for transactions with governing institutions in Syria to try to ease the flow of humanitarian assistance and allow some energy transactions. Syria's new foreign minister, Assad Hassan al-Shaibani, who has repeatedly called for the removal of decades-old sanctions, also attended the talks. And U.S. President Joe Biden spoke on Sunday with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu on efforts to reach a ceasefire and hostage release in the Israel-Hamas conflict. In a statement after the two leaders spoke by telephone, Biden stressed the immediate need for a ceasefire in Gaza and return of the hostages, with a surge in humanitarian aid enabled by a stoppage in the fighting under the deal. While Netanyahu updated Biden on progress in the talks and on the mandate he has given his top-level security delegation now in Doha in order to advance a hostage deal. Well, the two leaders also discussed the fundamentally changed regional circumstances following the ceasefire deal in Lebanon, the fall of the Assad regime in Syria, and the weakening of Iran's power in the region. Netanyahu also thanked Biden for his lifelong support of Israel and the extraordinary support from the United States for Israel's security and national defense. Well, a top-level Israeli security delegation arrived in Qatar on Sunday for talks on a Gaza hostage and ceasefire deal in a possible sign of so far elusive agreements nearing. According to Israel's PMO, the delegation includes Mossad head David Bernia, the head of the Shin Bet Domestic Security Service, Ronen Bar, and the military's head of the hostage brief, Nitzan Elon. Qatar and fellow mediators, Egypt and the United States, are making renewed efforts to reach Gaza ceasefire and hostage deal before President-elect Donald Trump takes office on 20th of January. Israeli and Palestinian officials have said since Thursday that some progress has been made in the indirect talks between Israel and Hamas, but did not elaborate. And moving on, Iran held air defense exercises over the weekend as the country braces for more friction with arch-enemy Israel and the United States under incoming U.S. President Donald Trump. Drills reported on Saturday are part of 2-month-old exercises launched on January 4th, which have already included war games in which the elite Revolutionary Guards defended key nuclear installations in Natanz against mock attacks by missiles and drones. Iran's military said it was using new drones and missiles in exercises. Iran has recently suffered setbacks in Lebanon after Israeli attacks against Iranian-backed Hezbollah and the toppling of Tehran's ally President Bashar al-Assad in Syria last month. Meanwhile, Iran will hold nuclear talks with France, Britain and Germany known as E3 on Monday. This is to happen just a week before U.S. President-elect Donald Trump takes office on the 20th of January. The nuclear talks between these four countries that will take place in Geneva will be the second round of talks over Iran's nuclear program in less than 2 months following their discreet meeting held earlier in November. The meeting is a sign that the E3 countries are continuing to work towards a diplomatic solution to the Iranian nuclear program in light of Trump's return to the White House. During his first term, Trump had pursued a policy of maximum pressure, withdrawing the U.S. from a landmark nuclear deal which imposed curbs on Iran's nuclear program in return for sanctions relief. And Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has offered to exchange 2 captured North Korean soldiers for Ukrainians held in Russia. This marks the first time Ukraine has announced capturing North Korean soldiers who are reportedly deployed in Russia's Kursk region to support Moscow's forces. In a video, the soldiers injured and in custody revealed they were unaware they were fighting against Ukraine, having been told they were on a training exercise. Zelensky's offer hinges on North Korean leader Kim Jong-un's willingness to arrange the swap, with a promise that soldiers who choose not to return may stay in Ukraine.
The security service of Ukraine continues to work with prisoners from North Korea. One of them expressed a desire to stay in Ukraine. The others want to return to North Korea. If Kim Jong-un remembers these citizens at all and can arrange an exchange for our soldiers held in Russia, we can transfer these soldiers. Undoubtedly, there will be other prisoners from North Korea. I am grateful to all our units that replenished the exchange fund for Ukraine.
And South Korea plans to improve the structures housing the antenna that guided landings at its airport this year following December's fatal crash of a Jeju airplane. The Transport Ministry announced the move to change the so-called localizer structures on Monday. The ministry has been inspecting safety conditions at airlines and airports since the Boeing 737-800 jet crashed at the southwestern Muan airport. It added that 7 domestic airports, including Muan, were found to have embankments or foundations made of concrete or steel that needed to be changed. The ministry would prepare measures to improve the structures by this month and aim to complete the improvements by the end of 2025. And moving on, wildfire ravaged Los Angeles on Sunday confronted the return of dangerous winds as officials vowed firefighters were ready to combat any new blazes whipped up or by furious gusts. Death toll has risen to 24 from infernos that have ripped through the United States' second largest city for 5 days. The coastal Palisades fires at least 11% contained, but now moving inland communities. More than 100,000 residents remain under evacuation orders as the Eaton fire in Altadena and other blazes in the country continue to burn. Frustrated evacuees have formed lines at checkpoints hoping to get into evacuation zones created for the Palisades fire and the Eaton fire, whose massive blazes razed whole neighborhoods.
You can see it's putting most of those flames out, even though the house, at this point, it's going to be a total loss, but they're trying to prevent it from lighting those bushes on fire. Encino Reservoir, they're picking up water from Stone Canyon Reservoir, and they have multiple.
Well, Los Angeles fires have devastated a swath of city's swanky neighborhoods. While actors, crew, writers and producers have lost their homes, film and television productions have been temporarily halted. The film industry is tearing at a long, hard road to recovery and feverish pace of work it has been associated with.
Los Angeles wildfires have already caused damage worth billions and the losses are mounting. Apart from the infrastructure devastation, the fires have also had a disastrous effect on the city's vast entertainment industry. Hollywood is already counting the costs of yet another drastic setback that its workers can ill afford. Los Angeles' entertainment sector is worth $115 billion to the region's economy. It was already in dire straits when the fires have further upended the curve against it. The COVID-19 pandemic and recent labor upheavals have already taken their toll in recent years. Stars including Anthony Hopkins, Mel Gibson and Billy Crystal have lost their homes. Many hit television shows including Grey's Anatomy, NCIS, Hacks and Fallout have had to halt shooting. Film LA, which handles permissions for outdoor movie and TV shoots, has warned producers working in or near evacuation zones that the permits can be cancelled. Conditions and logistical issues apart, the industry must consider the optics of returning to normal while swaths of Los Angeles are aflame. Nowhere is this issue more delicate than with Hollywood's ongoing award season, with even the televised announcement of this year's Oscars nominees being delayed. Some are calling for the entire award season to be cancelled. With many jobs at stake, that too will not be an easy call to take. Fires have brought misery and destruction to a large area in and around Los Angeles. They have surely added to the challenges faced by Los Angeles' beleaguered entertainment industry. Bureau Report, DD India.
Well, helping drive the wildfires in the U.S. city of Los Angeles are the so-called Santa Ana winds, a weather phenomena known to dry out the hills and the nerves to flashpoint. The Santa Ana can both create the conditions for deadly wildfires and fuel them once they are underway, drying out vegetation when they blow through, and then fanning blazes once they spark. Santa Ana winds usually occur between September and May, typically for a few days at a time. When a high-pressure system forms over the deserts to California's east, it pushes air towards the Pacific coast. As they move down, the winds compress, creating a rise in their temperature and a drop in their relative humidity. The 2017 Thomas Fire, which destroyed more than 1,000 structures, was fueled in part by back-to-back Santa Ana winds too. And Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has offered assistance to wildfire-stricken Los Angeles, where devastating blazes have killed at least 24 people and left thousands homeless within a week. Zelensky announced on Sunday that 150 Ukrainian firefighters are ready to deploy, saying Ukrainians can help Americans save lives. The offer comes as Los Angeles braces for worsening conditions, with strong winds threatening to spread the infernos into new areas. The aid is being coordinated as Zelensky highlights Ukraine's gratitude to the United States, Kyiv's largest supporter since 2022. And the French overseas territory of Mayotte has been hit by further heavy rains, leading to flooding and mudslides. 1 month after Cyclone Chido devastated large parts of the islands and left dozens dead. The archipelago was put on the highest state of alert as another storm passed by on Sunday morning. Authorities warned of violent winds, flash floods and landslides. The latest storm, Dikeledi, made landfall in northern Madagascar on Saturday, killing at least 3 people. As of Sunday afternoon, the storm was moving away from Mayotte. The system is expected to slowly intensify over the next 24 hours to tropical cyclone status while approaching the coast of Mozambique. The current forecast does not predict landfall in Mozambique, but the Nampula region is still expected to experience very degraded conditions. Also, at least 10 people have died due to landslides caused by torrential rains in southeast Brazil. 9 people died in the city of Ipatinga, whereas another body was also found in the nearby town of Santana do Paraíso. During the rescue operation, firefighters pulled the body of an 8-year-old boy from the rubble of a house destroyed by a landslide. Another landslide swept away everything in its path along a street on the side of a hill in the city's Bethania neighborhood. Latin America's biggest country has been rocked by several extreme weather events over the past year. And still to come, DD India News Hour. Japan's Prime Minister Ishiba urges Biden to address business concerns over Nippon Steel's U.S. steel acquisition. In the Australian Open 2025, Coco Gauff starts her campaign with a win, while Stefanos Tsitsipas crashes out. And Tokyo Museum showcases extinct media gadgets. Welcome back. You're watching DD India News. I'm Lipakshi Kuran, and on to some business news now. Japanese Prime Minister Shigeru Ishiba told US President Joe Biden that strong concerns have been raised over his decision to block Nippon Steel's takeover of US Steel. Talking to reporters after a call with US and Philippines presidents on Monday, Ishiba said he asked the US President to allay concerns in the Japanese and US business community over status of the deal. Biden blocked the U.S. steel acquisition on national security grounds on January 3rd. Both firms have launched a legal action accusing the outgoing U.S. president of illegal interference. And UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer will present an action plan on Monday aiming to position the UK as a global leader in artificial intelligence. Ahead of a speech in London by UK Prime Minister on AI, the government said it will adopt all the 50 recommendations set out in the report AI Opportunities Action Plan by venture capitalist Matt Clifford, submitted to the government last year. Starmer's forthcoming speech will detail Britain's approach to AI amid global regulatory challenges. His strategy intends to revive the economy by deploying AI nationwide, supported by the civil service. Well, Britain is the third largest AI market in the world, behind the US and China, when measured by indicators such as investment and patents. You're watching DD India News Hour. Time now for some sports news. Coco Gauff has started the Australian Open campaign with a win over fellow American Sophia Kenin in straight sets at the Rod Laver Arena. The world number 3, who is unbeaten this year, eased past the 2020 edition winner Sophia Kenin 6-3, 6-3 in 80 minutes. Gauff has been in an excellent form since last year, which she capped off by winning the China Open and the season-ending WTA Tour finals. Coco Gauff will clash against 173rd ranked Jodi Burrage in round 2. And two-time Grand Slam runner-up Stefanos Tsitsipas crashed out of the Australian Open on Monday after losing to young American Alex Michelsen. Ranked 42, Michelsen parred past Tsitsipas 7-5, 6-3, 2-6, 6-4 in John Kemen Arena to advance to round 2. The 11th seeded Greek, who played Novak Djokovic in the 2023 final at Melbourne Park, has been in poor form since last year. Due to a mediocre 2024, Tsitsipas' world ranking dropped to 12 from a career high 3. And in football, Barcelona hammered rivals Real Madrid 5-2 in the final of Spanish Super Cup in Saudi Arabia on Sunday after Mbappe's opener Lamine Yamal levelled the score and Robert Lewandowski sent Barcelona ahead from the penalty spot. Alejandro Balde scored the third goal for Barcelona, while Rafinha scored twice before Madrid's Rodrigo pulled one back with a free kick in the second half. However, Real Madrid could not capitalise further, which led Barcelona to win their first trophy under coach Hansi Flick. Well, 10-man Manchester United beat Arsenal 5-3 on penalties after a dramatic 1-1 draw in the FA Cup third round. Ruben Amorim's struggling side took the lead through Bruno Fernandes, who smashed a superb goal in the 52nd minute. Gabriel Magalhaes' low shot grabbed Arsenal's equaliser in the 63rd minute, but the host wasted a lot of chances to win the tie in 90 minutes. The match went into penalties, where Manchester United bested Arsenal to knock them out of the FA Cup. And in cricket, Pat Cummins is set to lead Australia in the Champions Trophy after being named in the preliminary 15-man squad on Monday. Cummins will skip the Test series in Sri Lanka in January and early February, but will return for the ODI tournament being held in Pakistan and UAE from February 19th. Hazelwood will reunite with Cummins and Mitchell Starc in the pace attack that had helped Australia win the 50 Overs World Cup in 2023. Matt Short, Aaron Hardy and quick bowler Nathan Ellis have also been included in the squad, while opener Fraser McGurk was dumped after his poor performance in the recent series against Pakistan. Well, in the heart of central Tokyo, a unique museum is breathing new life into forgotten technology. The Extinct Media Museum offers visitors an immersive trip down the memory lane, showcasing once common gadgets that have now become relics of the past. From Betacams to floppy disks and vintage Sony devices, the museum offers a tactile experience unlike any other. Here's a report by Harshita Oberoi. In a quiet corner of central Tokyo, shelves filled with vintage gadgets tell a story of innovation and obsolescence. The Extinct Media Museum invites visitors to interact with once revolutionary technology. Take, for example, the Japanese-manufactured Lily film camera from 1916, its oldest exhibit. Each item here tells a story, sparking memories for older generations and inspiring curiosity in younger ones. Visitors find themselves transported to a bygone era.
It is fascinating, not only for generations unfamiliar with these items, but also for those who lived through those times. Seeing these pieces feels like I'm having a flashback of our own lives. It reminded me of how things were back then. I used to have so much fun. It's such an interesting museum that brings up those memories to people.
Museum's mission is to preserve and share the joy of media that shaped generations, knowing that all technology will eventually fade into history.
The museum was founded on the principle that all media gadgets other than paper and stone will die out. So all the current popular media equipment, except for paper and stone, will eventually disappear. Therefore, we want to showcase those items here like this and share the fun with everyone. That's the purpose of creating this museum.
Unlike most museums, the Extinct Media Museum encourages hands-on exploration. Visitors can touch, hold, and even smell the artifacts. Museum authorities believe this approach helps visitors truly connect with the past. The museum accepts donations year-round, transforming it into an ever-evolving archive of technological history. With its interactive exhibits and nostalgic charm, the Extinct Media Museum is more than a display of outdated gadgets. It's a celebration of human creativity and a reminder of how quickly innovation moves forward. Harshita Obroy, DD India.
All right, that's all for this edition of DD India News Hour. Let us know your thoughts on the news of the day. For those on the go, you can get all the latest news and updates from India across the world on the DD India mobile app. The app is available on both Android and iOS platforms. Scan the QR code on the screen to download now. Well, we'll be back with more news as it breaks here on DD India. I'm Lipakshi Khurana from all of us here in Delhi. Thanks for watching DD India News Hour.